And we're back for another episode. In this episode, I'm going to be doing the Valentione event, which launched as of 3 minutes ago, apparently. So, I'm here at the amphitheater in Gridania to start the quest. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, let's do this. So the quest is called Where Did Our Loves Go? So it says, List of Valentione seeks the assistance of an experienced adventurer in her labours of love. And you'll get 6 Aetheryte tickets for this. Because it's a seasonal event, it says this quest is available for a limited time only. So, well, what have we here? Another adventurer come back to bask in my splendour? I am Lady Limsa of House Valentione, but should you be willing and able enough to serve as my retainer, I will give you leave to call me Lissy. But I really should have stood somewhere else. But I know you. The fashions may change, but I can never forget the name that goes with that face. How glad I am to see you again, Mithrie, and on this day more than any. For today is Valentione's day, and once again we of House Valentione come bearing a simple message, and affection for all. Adore and affection for all, such as the solemn vow for our house, ever since the days of my uncountably great-grandmother, the Countess Arabelle, who braved every hardship in a lifelong quest for love. So it is that we too have journeyed from our homeland to herald her heroic message. For too long have Eorzean hearts been stifled by the Maya's matter of apathy and abashment. Ours shall be the wind that dispels these poisonous fogs and sweep every stinking violet into the arms of their beloved. Or at least so was the plan. We sought to lend our strength to those unable to confess their feelings in person, yet it seems there are some whose inability stems not from diffidence, but from ignorance. And honestly, how do they expect our arrows of love to find their target when they themselves cannot? Thus, do we seek the assistance of worldly-wide adventurers in the aid of these helpless souls? If you consider yourself a fair match for the task, then go to my man, Hortefence. He will tell you more of our predicament. Oh, and don't forget to tell him that Lissy sent you. Okay, so let's now do this. Might not have got the music on. Cool. Let's talk to Hortefence. Going to stand a little bit back in case he does the same sort of emotes. So, happy Valentione's Day, my lady. You say that a Lissy sent you. There must be some mistake. I know no one by that name. Unless, dare I dream, I have a secret admirer. Tell me, adventurer, does the lady send a note, chocolate, a ring, perhaps? So she's right over there. Oh, so it was Lady Lisette who sent you. Pray pardon my misunderstanding. I am most grateful for any assistance you can offer. As my lady informed you, we have run into something of impasse in our efforts to ensure that no love remains unspoken across Eorzea. Allow me to explain. Every year a delegation led by House Valentione departs from Ishgard to travel the length and breadth of Eorzea, urging the people to air their passions, to confess their true feelings to their beloved with a word of affection or a sentimental gift of some kind. Yet there are some who struggle to do such a simple thing, their heart silenced by shyness. It is to these poor souls that I and my emissaries have come to offer our services. We lubricate the wheels of love, so to speak, by delivering heartfelt missives on a timid suitor's behalf. However, there are some who have sought out our services for another reason. They lack not the confidence to confess their love, but merely the knowledge of where their loved ones are. Sworn as we are to bring succor to every pining soul, we have pledged ourselves to their cause. Yeah, I fear we Ishgardians have been cloistered in our own lands too long to be of any use tracking these missing sweethearts down. We lack the knowledge of Eordia's geography that would allow us to deduce their locations from the scant clues that the petitioners can provide. Which is precisely where you come in. No doubt you have travelled much in your adventures and have a better idea as to the lay of the land. And if Lady Lisette herself recommends you, who am I to disagree? With you aboard, my lady, none shall go unloved this day. Okay, so let's complete the quest. And let's accept the next part. So there seems to be 3 parts to this quest. So let's accept them all. I'm going to assume that just from, let's call it tradition of seasonal events, that this is going to be one of them in each of the 3 main cities. So this quest is called Love in the Woods, so assuming this is for Gridania, and we'll get 10 prismatic heart left pieces. So Hurstfont would have you assist his man in Gridania in the search for an absent adventurer. So a lady from this very city came to us requesting our help to deliver a Valentione gift to her roving swain. Yet try as we might, we have been unable to pick up his trail in the labyrinth of trees. Why, if not for breadcrumbs I scattered in my wake, I might very well have been lost myself. Mayhap a lady such as yourself, who is more familiar with these parts, will find some insight in what little information the lady can provide. Pray speak with my man at the amphitheatre gate. He will introduce you to the lady in question. Okay, that's the first quest. Let's accept the next one. So the next quest is called Hearts in the Sands. So it said, henceforth would have you assist his man in Ul'dah to track down a travelling trader. So my man in Ul'dah has met with a similar sticky situation. A number of traders have picked a most inopportune time to go on their travels, leaving their lovers bereft. Sadly, my assistance has met with no more success than I in tracking down the missing men. Prithee, go to him and see if you can make head or tail, or better yet both, of the information his petitioners can provide. You shall find him at the Ruby Road Exchange. I shall send word to him of your imminent arrival. He will be gratified to know that succor is on its way. Okay, let's accept the last quest, which is for Limsa Lominsa. And for this you'll get some Valentione cake. That's interesting. So Hurstfont would have you assist his man in Limsa Lominsa to hunt for a wayward wagoner. So my man in Noscea reports a veritable surfeit of ladies who seek our services in locating their absent swains. Despite the increased numbers, we have met with no more success in finding these men. I do hope they haven't succumbed to the waves, or the sharp side of a pirate's cutlass. Pray go to Limsa Lominsa, my lady, and introduce yourself to my subordinate. You will find him by the aft castle. He will present one of these wanting women to you, so you might listen to her tale of love and woe and gather what clues you can. Okay, so let's do the Gridania one first. And I'm not sure if there's a vendor for this event. Usually there's a vendor so you can buy stuff for the event, but maybe we'll find it later on. So, good evening, my lady. Might you be one of the assistants whom Lord Hurstfont informed me? Very good. I shall fetch the lady forthwith. I am most grateful for your assistance, adventurer. If my darling doesn't receive my gift before Valentione's day is over, we shall be doomed to part. It may seem like mere superstition to you, but for me it is painfully real. Please find him, I beg you. My love is an adventurer like yourself. He set out on an expedition some days ago, but he has yet to return. I am sure no harm can come to him. He's so strong and brave and handsome, but I do wish he would have told me where he was going. This is my gift for him, a charm I prepared from a cutting of the most fragrant tree in the Trollswood. I agonized for hours over selecting the perfect spray and poured my heart and soul into whittling it just so. If he could only see it. I am sure he would understand just how much I care. So, do I have any idea where he might have gone? Well, I can't be sure it's related, but he oft spoke of the Central Shroud before he left. I'm sorry it isn't much to go on, I know. Forgive me for burdening you with my troubles, but I simply must have him know of my love before it's too late. If you could find him for me and deliver my gift, I would be eternally grateful. So there you have it. That is the information we have to go on. Do you think you'll be able to find the adventuring sweetheart of hers before Valentione's day is over? Should you find the task too daunting, perhaps you might discuss the matter with your fellow adventurers. They may have bumped into this fellow on their travels or gleaned some other clue as to his current location. I am afraid that all I can offer is a redoubled request. Please do whatever you can to find this man and deliver the charm onto him, for this is Valentione's day, and as a loyal servant of House Valentione, it pains me to see such a gift go undelivered. I am counting on you, milady. So during this quest, the location of the outstanding adventurer will not be marked on the map, nor will any adventurer identifying symbol appear above the character's head. Speak with other players and share your information and try and find him. Oh wow, so it's going to be one of the real hunts for this guy. So let's go find him. Wow. So, I mean, he said Central Shroud, so let's go. Let's see if anyone's found him already. I'm just quickly shouting in the zone. So where shall we look? So they definitely made it a challenge. Let's check in these sort of secluded places which are not often visited, like behind this waterfall, for example. I didn't realize it was going to be this sort of quest. I guess they like to change things up and they like to make it interesting. Oh, lol. Apparently the Valentine's dude is right next to Bentbranch Meadows. I'm going to save my flight tickets for another time. That's kind of funny. It's like, yeah, I was going to literally scour the entire zone. And he's like, they're saying he's right next to the Aetheryte. Oh, here he is. He's not usually there. So, fellow adventurer, Mithrie is it? Might you be interested in joining my party? I was just about to head into... What? You have a Valentione's Day gift for me? So let's hand this over. So, a charm. Why, this is a gift from my darling. I would recognize the craftsmanship anywhere. Thank you for bringing it to me, Mithrie, but... However did you find me? I don't recall telling anyone I was coming to Bentbranch. I see. Then I thank you again for the trouble you've taken. Did you know that these charms have become something of a Valentione's tradition in Gridania? Superstition has it that couples who fail to exchange them are fated to separate, and my lady has quite convinced herself this is true. A fact that I had quite forgotten. Forgive me, Mithrie, but I had best return to Gridania. I have a charm to prepare. Thank you once more for seeking me out, my friend. If not for you, chances are I would be sleeping in the stables tonight. Okay, so that's the first one done. So let's return to Gridania. Then we'll head to Ul'dah, then we'll head to Limsa Lominsa. So, take a note. Central Shroud, 2121 for the Gridania one. Okay, let's turn it in. Ah, cutscene. So, welcome back, my lady, and congratulations on finding the missing man. He passed through the city gates not a few minutes ago, the charm at his belt. There they are over there, do you see? Reunited at last and displaying every evidence of happiness. Oh. Thanks to your magnificent efforts, their devotion to each other has flowered anew. You have done a great service for House Valentiones this day. And speaking of services, House Valentione, did you happen to come across a noblewoman of paramount virtue on your travels? Prithee, do not misunderstand. I do not seek one for myself. Lord Hartfence requested that I search for such a lady. If you happen to know of anyone who fits the description, I am sure he would be most grateful for the information. But for now, your work in Gridania is complete. Thank you, my lady. Without women like you, the world would be a less passionate place. Okay, so let's complete the quest. So next, let's head to Ul'dah. And we'll see if anyone's found the Ul'dah person already. And there is, you can, if you want for the challenge, go and try and find this all yourself, but given that I am a very, very busy crafter and I've got a million achievements to do, I'll try and get this done as quickly as possible. And also, I don't want to make a 10-hour episode about this event. I want it to be done as quickly as possible. So, anyway, here is the House Valentione emissary for Ul'dah. So, you're the woman Sir Herstfence sent to assist me, are you? Let's see if you're as shrewd as he claims. Wait right here, I'll fetch the girl. So, oh hello, are you the adventurer who is helping the Ishgardian emissaries deliver presents? Thank you for offering your assistance. The gentleman has been ever so kind, but sadly he seems woefully ill-equipped to locate my darling. My love is a highly successful trader, always travelling about Thanalan, negotiating with his clients. Why, he's out there now, somewhere in the desert, all alone. Ah, but it breaks my heart to think of him like that on this day of romance. He must know that he is loved. I stayed up all night to draft this letter. The words simply poured out of my heart and settled on the page. Would you be able to deliver it for me? Be careful how you hold it. I put a small piece of topaz in the envelope, a token of my most heartfelt wish. Did he say where he might be going? Not to me, not directly anyway. I did overhear something about his conversation with another trader the day before he departed. Something about the Sunway. I'm afraid that's all I remember. Forgive me for placing this burden on you, but I would be ever so grateful if you could find my darling and hand him my letter. I cannot bear the thought of my beloved spending Valentione's day alone without a word of love to soothe his aching heart. So Sunway, where is Sunway? Is there anything more beautiful than a woman in love? Gladly would I sift through every grain of sand in the desert to reunite her with her darling. Yet, without some firm idea of where to begin the search, I fear the man may not be found before the festival is over. If only we had a better idea of his destination. Perhaps your fellow adventurers might have gleaned some other clue from the lady's words. Pray speak with them. There must be at least one among your number who knows where the man can be found. The reputation of House Valentione rests on your shoulders, adventurer. Should you fail in this mission, the very foundations of our house might crumble, and our honour collapse. Here, no pressure. You must find this man, or die trying. So during this quest, the location of the travelling trader will not be marked on the map, nor will any identifying marker appear above the character's head. Speak with other players to share your information and try to find him. So Sunway. Let's check. Let's see. Central Thanalan. Sunway. Is there a Sunway marked in this zone? I'm not going to really look at southern Thanalan because logically... There you go. Royal Allegan Sunway. So let's teleport to Horizon. It wouldn't be southern Thanalan because the area is possibly way too high level to be searching for a random NPC, especially if it's like a new player doing the seasonal event. Okay, let's see if we can find this person. Okay, just talking to every random person. Okay, so it might be this person. So it says, you're an adventurer, aren't you? Sorry, miss, but I'm not that kind of trader. I only deal wholesale. You've got a letter for me? Oh, so there he is, right here. So, let's see, from your darling. Begging your pardon, miss, but my darling's handwriting doesn't look anything like that. And that ghastly fragrance. I think you must have got me mixed up with somebody else. So, this is not the trader you're looking for. Try searching somewhere else. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, let's try different... I probably just did a wrong zone. Ah, there's a Sunway right there. Let's go. So it seems, looking at this quest, that there is actually multiple places it can be depending on the hint that you were given. So because I was given the hint of the Sunway, then apparently it's this guy, Wowotazi. So it says, you're an adventurer, aren't you? If you're looking for a trade, I'm afraid you've come to the wrong fella. I only deal wholesale. What, you think I'm the darling you've been searching for? Let's hand over the lumpy envelope. It says, a single raw topaz accompanies a love letter contained inside the simple envelope. So, oh, you mean her darling? You had me worried there for a minute, miss. I'm the man, alright. I'd recognise the handwriting anywhere. That scent. Oh, and what's this in the envelope? A little bit of topaz. She's a girl after my own heart. For a few years now, it's been a tradition in Ul'dah to send some kind of precious stone with your Valentione letters. Something the Miners Guild dreamed up, and not a bad little gill spinner either. I wish I'd thought of something like it myself. The way they've set it up, all the different stores have got different meanings, and if I'm not mistaken, which I'm not, topaz stands for prosperity. By giving me this, she's wishing me success in all my commercial transactions. and I think her wish is already coming true. Why, I've already signed and sealed my biggest deal in years. I'll head back to Ul'dah and give her my thanks, and a ruby as big as my fist. Thanks to you, too, adventurer, for coming all this way to find me. You made me a very happy man. Cool. So that's that. So let's now return to Ul'dah. So it basically seems that all of these people that you need to find are always within town areas. They're not out in the open or anything. Okay, let's go. So I will link in the description the Reddit post that has all the locations on it. I've been waiting for you, adventurer. It seems Sir Hersfen's judgment was sound. You truly are a most discerning lady indeed. Pray observe the fruits of your labour. And they're in love. As you can well see, the lady's plea has been answered. My heart is afire to see such affection. Whether through joy or jealousy, I know not, and care not. All that matters is that two more souls have found love this day, a love that cannot have found its mark without your guidance. Pray return to Lord Horsfen and tell him that our obstacles in Ul'dah are overcome. Oh, and could I ask you to relay a further message? Please inform him that I have yet to find no trace of the lady he seeks. I am sure he will be disappointed by the news, but hardly surprised. Sir Hersfon seeks a lady of the Ishgardian nobility, whom he met just once many years ago, and has been searching for ever since. Alone knows what such a lady would be doing all the way down here in Thanalan. But at least one love can be found this day, and this is all thanks to you, my lady. The doors of House Valentione shall ever remain open to you. Okay, let's complete the quest. Right, so now time to go to Limsa Lominsa. So let's go. Right, so here is the emissary for Limsa Lominsa. So, might you be the lady Sir Hersfont sent to assist me? I am most grateful for your help. To be honest, I was quite at a loss how to proceed. Allow me to introduce you to one of the ladies who requires our services. So, well, aren't you a pretty little thing? You look like you've got what it takes to find my man, and more besides. Just remember, if you do manage to track him down, you keep your hands to yourself. My darling boy works as a wagoner. The coin isn't much to write home about, but all the heavy lifting pays dividends, if you follow my meaning. The only real downside is that he's always out travelling, so it's difficult to lay my hands on him when I really, really want to. If you're able to find my darling, would you give this to him? Mint chocolate of my own special recipe, 2/3 kookaroo solids, with a lavish handful of fresh Galago mint, and a dash of pure unadulterated passion. As soon as it touches his lips, he'll know exactly how I feel about him. Do I have any clue where he might be? I'm afraid not. When last we met, I was too busy drowning in his eyes to pay much attention to his words. There was one thing I remember though, something about the Shashagun. Could he have been talking about his work? So, I'm really very timid when it comes to expressing my love. If he doesn't get my gift now, will my darling boy ever know of my burgeoning passion? Of the flames he kindles in my racing heart, please find him, adventurer, and let him know how much he means to me. So there you have it. Forgive me for burdening you with this impossible task, my lady, but I have tried and failed to find the man myself. It is my one slim hope that an adventurer such as yourself might divine some clue to his location from the lady's words. Did they mean anything to you? Some connection to a local landmark, perhaps? Should you find yourself at a loss, pray speak with your fellow adventurers. We have enlisted many of your kind in our cause. Mayhap the lady revealed some other information to them that she neglected to mention to you. Go then, my lady, and seek out this missing wagoner. I shall remain here to confront the lonely ladies of Limsa Lominsa in their darkest hour. Together we shall await word of your success. So during this quest, location waypoint marker of the wagoner will not be marked on the map, nor any identifying symbol appear above the character's head. Speak with other players to share your information and try and find him. Cool. So Shashagun basically means ale port. That's a given, because there's only Shashagun in Western Noscea. So let's see if we can find this guy. Probably this guy. I don't recognize him. So, alright, that's the job done. Now what's next? Oh, hello there, lass. You'll be the one of those adventurers, right? Say, if something needs delivering, I'd be happy to take it for you. Let's hand over the mint chocolate. So the popular gift on Valentione's Day, fragrant oil extracted from the spearmint plant was added to this chocolate during the crafting process. So what's this? A piece of mint chocolate? And it's from her? Gods be good. This is the best Valentione's Day ever. I don't know what they get up to elsewhere, but in Noscea there's nothing that beats a bit of chocolate when it comes to Valentione's Day. And if a girl gives a fella some chocolate, it can only mean one thing. She truly and honestly loves him. Do you hear that? She truly and honestly loves me. Sorry, lass, but whatever you'd have me deliver, it'll have to wait. I'm going to head back to town and into the ever-loving arms of my beautiful girl. Thanks a million, miss. Awesome. So let's now return to Limsa Lominsa. Right, so teleport to the Aft Castle. Sorry, habit. I obviously can't mount in a town. So, welcome back, my lady. I see your efforts have succeeded where mine failed. How can I ever repay you? Ah, but perhaps the love you have brought into bloom is a reward enough. Look over there at the fruits of your accomplishment. And they're in love. So how it warms my heart to see the lady's passions reciprocated. I thank you, my lady. Without your insight and endeavour, this love may forever have been stifled into silence, instead of breaking forth into song. However, there is one love of which I have heard nothing. When you turn to Sir Fence, pray inform him that the lady he seeks has yet to be found. And honestly, how could he hope for me to find her? He knows not the lady's name, nor her face, only something of her spirit. While he may be disappointed by the information or lack thereof, I doubt he will find it unexpected. But your other news he will find most welcome indeed. That thanks to you, Limsa Lominsa bask in the warmth of reciprocated passion. Our house is forever in your debt, my lady, and we shall not forget it. So let's complete the quest. So you have successfully assisted the emissaries of House Valentione in all 3 city-states. Return to Fence in Miketo's amphitheatre to report your success. So, back home to Gridania. And here he is. So the next quest is called Now We Found Love. We'll get a barding. We'll get the Paramour barding. So it says a gaudy suit of Chocobo armor designed for use during Valentione's celebrations. So Hearthfront would hear how you fare in spreading adoring affection across the realm. So how good it is to see you again, my lady. My men have already sent word of your successes in reuniting the ladies with their missing men. Thanks to you, no yearning shall go unappeased this Valentione's day. Expecting my own then. To tell the truth though, I journeyed here with the Valentiones. I am a knight of House Fortemps. I volunteered to help with their house's mission in return for the emissary's assistance in locating my lost love. Yet in my heart of hearts I knew it to be a fruitless endeavour. It has been several long lonely years since first and last I set my eyes on my beloved. In a bloody battle against the Horde I was cut down and left for dead in a barren snowfield. 'Twas then that my angel came to me, saving me from the snowy ice grip and melting my heart with the warmth of hers. So severe were my injuries, my memories of her are faint at best. I know not her name, and her face remains but a beautiful blur in my clouded mind. All that I can recall is her voice and her bearing, both of which struck me as belonging to a lady of the highest nobility. My lady, loath as I am to impose any further on your kindness, might you not have some inkling as to who my angel might be? And is Guardia a noblewoman of exquisite grace with a mellifluous tongue and a heart of unfathomable tenderness. If my description even strikes even the faintest chord with you, then pray tell me all you know, though I know it may be a fool's errand to try and find her. You have proved that you are eminently able to accomplish such tasks. Have you any idea who my love could be? Nope. Let's talk to her. So the horseman will feel the back of my mitt if he doesn't snap to it. What does he think he's doing, standing around mooning to himself while there's work to be done? It's a good thing the land's swarming with adventurers docile enough to do his work for him. So, oh, hello Mithrie. I didn't see you there. I was just reflecting on what splendid work you adventurers are doing. selflessly plying the claws of House Valentione without any thought of personal reward. Is there aught I might assist you with in your travails? Sir Hursfont, I had heard something of his plight, but I had little idea his tale was quite so dramatic. Oh, to inspire such ardor from so fleeting an encounter, this noble woman must be a most enchanting lady indeed. Could it be someone that I know? Hint, hint, hint. The story does stir some kind of bygone memory, a knight rescued from a snow field and nursed back to health. A piece of court gossip, perhaps? I'm sorry, but I simply can't place my finger on it. Mayhap my emissary by the gates might recall the story in more detail. If Sir Hursfont kept the true tale of his lost love from me, of all people, authority that I am in the field of romance, no doubt he failed to properly acquaint his subordinates with it. Okay, so let's talk to one of the emissaries in Gridania. So, well met once again, my lady. Is anything the matter? You honour me with your continued interest, but rest assured that your work in Gridania is done. The remaining petitioners we can handle ourselves. I see. So the knight rescued from the battlefield was Hertzfense, was it? The fellow was in such a bad way. Shall wonder I did not recognize him without the blood and the bruises. Thank you for informing me of this, my lady. It seems you have solved the one outstanding duty of the day, for I believe I know just where Sir Hursfont's lost love may be found. All that remains is to set the stage for his long-deferred confession. Forgive me for imposing on your kindness once more, but I would be most obliged if you could ask Lady Lisette to remain in place for the nonce, while I speak with Sir Hertzfense. Okay. We all know where this is going. Ah, Mithrie, did you meet with my retainer? Was he able to offer any assistance in uncovering the identity of Sir Hertzfence's beloved? He bids me wait here with you. The sheer audacity of the boy. Has he not learned that it is I, and I alone, who gives the orders? I shall have to think of a suitable punishment ere we quit this city. Lady Lisette, my search is over. At long last I have found my shining star, my saviour, the patron saint of my heart. Wow. So how wonderful. Why, it is a veritable Valentione's miracle that you should find your lost love in such a one chocobo bower. I mean, such a faraway realm as this. But tell me, Hertzfense, is she as captivating as you remember? Have you spoken with her? When shall we be introduced? Oh, my lady, you take a man's heart in your hands and laugh in its face. Do you not already know? It is none that other than you, my dearest Lady Lisette. You are the angel of beauty who gave me my life and stole away my heart. What? Do not deny it, my lady. The emissary told me everything. How you carried my broken body from the icy waste, reclaiming me from the claws of death, with sweet whispers of compassion. No wonder I could not recall your features until now. So blinded was I by your radiance on that fateful day. Well, that's as may be, but you are quite certain it was me? There was that one night I pulled from the snow, but surely that fellow could not have survived. The poor wretch was in such a bad way. I only knew him as one of ours by bloodstained unicorn and what was left of his cuirass. The blazon of House Fortemps. Then it is beyond doubt. You are the one I have been searching for all these years. Lisette de Valentione, would you make me the happiest man in Eorzea? You need only say I do. The bloody hells, Horsefence. What in the Halon's name do you think you're doing? You get back on your feet right now, or you wish you had died in that snowfield. Of course, my lady, forgive my presumption. I was a fool to dream that my angel might ever regard me as to do her... That's right, and there'll be more than your dreams getting crushed if you try any of that nonsense again. I'm not all sweetness and light, you know. If you got to know the real me, I'd be off that pedestal of yours in a flash. Hardly, my lady, for I know the real you already, the angel of boundless compassion who rescued a stranger from certain death, and bestowed every tenderness upon him to bring him back from the brink. My heart is yours, Limsa, and no words can ever change that. Rather the opposite, in fact, for how long have I dreamed of hearing your sparkling voice once more? However brusque your tone, however harsh your words, knowing that they flow from the throat of my beloved makes them ring like the sweetest bird song in my ears. Good God, Horsefence, what am I supposed to say to that? Grr, this is all your fault, Mithrie. You're the one who put him up to this. Talk some sense into this blockhead skull, or I shall have the both of you flogged to within an ilm of your life. So look, Horsefence, you're a fine knight, and it's not as if I don't like you. It's just, it's all of a sudden. Perhaps if we were to get to know each other a little more, as friends I mean, and nothing more, then I understand, my lady, to simply be permitted to remain in your presence is the greatest honour I have ever known. As friends we shall come to know each other's true hearts, and perhaps in time you might find some small place for me and yours, as I hold dominion over mine. Fine, whatever you say. And you, Mithrie, what are you still doing here? This isn't some murmur's face to be gawped at by the great unwashed. It's my life, and I'll thank you to keep your nose out of it. Mithrie, my dear lady, how can I ever thank you for all you have done? I had braced myself for another Valentione's day of despair, yet thanks to you my heart leaps with joy, hope and joy. Well, Arabelle, would be pleased to hear that, and so I suppose I am. It's not like what I expected, but it is what I wanted, for no love to go unspoken this day. I must admit you've quite knocked me off my perch, Mithrie, and for that I thank you. Cool, so that'll be the quest done, and we'll get the Paramore barding, which we'll try on in a sec. That's complete. And you get the achievement Love Actually as well. So let's now go. If you don't need or don't want the barding, you can just sell it on the market board. But I use all the bardings, I do collect everything, so let's now go out into the Shroud and just take a look. I have quite a lot of bardings for my Chocobos, so here you go, main commands, companion, appearance. So we want Paramore barding. Cool. Cool, so that's the Paramore barding equipped, so let's take a look. Wow, interesting. Looks like an interesting suit. Looks kind of cool. Got hearts on it. So yeah. The heart reminds me of Kingdom Hearts. Excuse the pun. But yeah, anyway. So that's it. That's the Valentione's event 2015. So I'm going to say it was interesting, that's for sure. And like I said, I will link in the description all of the hints and locations for the different traders that you might find depending on the hint you get during the quest. So anyway guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, goodbye from Mithrie, and goodbye from my Chocobo Togaku. Goodbye.